Hello, my makeup loving friends. How's it going? Welcome back. Tis a new year, 2023, or so the calendar informs me. And despite it being a new year and, the holidays and us all like sleeping and being unsure about what time of the day it actually is, there were still some makeup releases, believe it or not. So a big thank you to all of you guys who tagged me. So a thank you to Brianna, Beth, Gillian, Miss Charlie, Trendstopia, Makeup Release Radar, Claire, JW, Susie, Saz, Elle, Raya, Natalia, Yvonne, and Sue. And as always, a big thank you to my Patreons. And we have a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Kelsey.
Happy
Woo, woo.
birthday.
And we actually have a theme this week because Tia messaged me last night and she was like, "Oh, Teresa, what's the theme?" And I was like, fuck. Did not think of one. And Tia was like, "I've been really feeling like smoked out siren eyes, so we'll go with that." And in what can only be described as like a complete turn of events,
Yeah,
I've turned up with makeup on.
and I have nothing. And it was my theme. Like, come on, Tia. I was really tired. I'm actually gonna not be here for like a month or so, maybe 2 months. I'm not really sure how long, but I'm taking a little break, so to
She's sick
rest.
with me,
And
frankly.
also from social media. So if I'm away, I'm that's why I'm just taking a little break.
That's how much I have annoyed her as a human being.
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm like, no,
I
it's
must purge
done.
myself from all
Yeah.
social media.
And you're never gonna see Tia again. No,
No, you'll come back.
I'll be back
I'll
soon.
just be like there, like just shaking some duochrome palettes like into the wind, being like Tia, Tia, and then you come
Yeah,
rustling out of the bushes, being like,
it's
"I
like
was here
nice
all
makeup,
along."
and I'm like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, our theme, believe it or not, was Siren Eyes, and I actually did it. But I do
She's
have.
so pretty, isn't she?
I mean, I scrub up pretty well when
Teresa.
I make an effort. Like,
Well done.
yeah. So last time I'll probably get a chance to do makeup for releases and rants for a while because I'm back to work again.
Yeah.
It never ends. The sooner I become a lady of leisure, the better. But some of my Patreons have actually done some looks as well, so I'm going to show them to you guys now. But we have a couple of little things to discuss because, like I said, makeup never rests. And the most interesting thing we're starting off with, let's be real, this is Odins Eye Cosmetics. I have such a soft spot for them. I really like their products. And this is their Jewel Shine collection. And this is coming out January 5th. So as you're watching, already available. As part of it, there are 42 single shadows, 12 of which are multichromes and 30 of which are shimmers. Now, if you want to get the shimmers, they're $6.90. The multichromes are $14.90. You can get like a single eyeshadow container if you're like, fuck it, I don't want to buy a whole palette, that's $2.90. Or you can get a whole kind of 12 color storage thing for $6.90. And I was kind of going through social media and I was initially using Angelica Nyqvist's pictures because she was revealing them on her channel, which makes sense. She has a long-standing relationship. But I also saw that our girl Kerry T MUA, she's on TikTok. If you're not following her, for the love of whoever, please do follow her. And I'm going to show you her pictures now. And I just thought they were so beautiful. I loved the way that she swatched these. They're tasty, so nice.
Oh, these are so pretty. They look nice.
Yeah.
And it's a good variation of like, I really like their shimmer formula. I know that changed. I think their formula is a bit better now than the palettes that I have. But even at those, they're like, I remember first swatching the Norns eyeshadow palette when I got it, and I was shocked how pretty. Like, they really do good shimmers and mattes, but like, this is a really good launch.
I think it's excellent. And I
Oh,
really like that they had Angelica like reveal it because obviously they have like a relationship. They've been working together
yeah,
before, like on her Hella palette. And I just thought it was great that she did that. I love that there's almost like color stories grouped together. You could
yeah,
get a couple of greens, you could get a couple of blues, you could get your purples. I feel like they've really put forward a very thought through collection, and I
Yeah.
can't see those jewel tones in there. Like, they are looking nice this
I
moment.
usually hate the red shimmers, but that like deep red
Shut the fuck up, isn't it amazing?
looks really pretty. I don't know if I'll use it, but I
Let's
like
watch it.
yeah, I would swatch it, I would look at it. I don't know if I would use it, but like I like that they have like different bundles also
Mhm.
that you can get. Like these are obviously expensive. Not when you buy like wouldn't say as a per single, they're not that expensive for like comparing to other shimmer and multichrome formulas singles. In bundles they are pretty expensive, but
Yeah.
it is a really big collection, so these look amazing. Like I would probably when I was doing like an order for Odins Eye put couple if you like want to like get a free shipping whatever, you could like throw a couple of these in. And even the like not multichrome formula and the shimmers still look so pretty. Like they're
Mhm.
not like they're still like sparkly and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love them.
I
I
really
just
like.
think they've done really, really, really well on this. And like, considering their last collaboration with Angelica was such a like woo hype for them, I
Yeah,
feel like, I know this isn't a collaboration with Angelica, but you know, it's hard to kind of move on from that and have something that's just as good. But I feel like this is a really smart move, right?
yeah,
Particularly, you know, we're getting to the point now where, you know, people don't want to buy a palette just for one special shade. We're
yeah,
being really careful about where our money is going. And I think people are more likely to do an order to get maybe 3 or 4 really nice shades that they can curate their own little
yeah,
palette with. And I think Odin's Eye are kind of on the ball with that, of where people are
yeah.
going and what they're
They've
thinking.
done so good. Like I can't remember the last launch I was at. Like, oh, this is really pretty. Like the Christmas palettes, the Soul Main collection, um the Angelica's launch. They're all really like popular at the moment. I feel like Odin's are doing really well.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
just strength
stopping
to
here.
strength. I love it. I'm really excited for it. I'm personally not going to get anything right now because I'm being a good little girl.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither. But I might get couple if I do an Odin's Eye order soon
Mm. I will also
at some
say
point.
part of my decision is that like Artitude Cosmetics briefly were like, hey, we've got some of our multichromes back, and I never got the multichromes at the time, so I was like, oh,
Um,
phew. So
oh
I
yeah, I saw the post that they had like saved some for the for like if some go missing
damaged.
or broken. So yeah,
So
that's
I
nice.
flung myself in there, and I may have gotten something. So because I've gotten those, I won't be getting anything here because I'm trying to be less ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's difficult if I'm 100% honest. I think this is done really, really well. And when I put it to you guys, 50% of you loved it, 25% said not for me, and 24% said that you would have preferred a palette, which, yeah, fair enough. Colourpop. Can we have a week without Colourpop? Probably not. This
obviously not.
Oh, honestly. So this is their collaboration with Winx, which is something I'm not very familiar with, but I think it's like a cartoon or something. I'm too old for that, so I
I
don't.
think it's like I think they even have like a not cartoon version like show at somewhere like Winx Saga or something. But this is obviously the cartoon version, I think. But
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar. I just know that there is a show called Winx Saga,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it and it's magic something. So I assume they are the same thing.
You would assume. Yeah. I mean, I'm only going to talk about it in terms of like what the makeup actually looks like because I don't know
Yeah,
source material.
yeah, me
did
neither.
I did have a few people in my TikTok talking about this kind of thing. Actually, it does make sense given the source material. So I was like, okay,
That's good.
That's good to know. So they have a lot in this collection. There's the Just Like Magics, because it's spelt with an X to just confuse me. 15 pan eyeshadow palette for $24. There's the Ultra Glossy Lips, they're $10 each. There's the Light Sticks, $11 each. The Glitterly Obsessed Body Glitter Gel, because they're like, don't fucking put that shit onto your eyes. That's $10.
Like,
If we're gonna put it onto our eyes, don't be ridiculous,
yeah,
Bob. And then I love that they're like, there's the individual crystal face jewels for $10, but you can only get those on Colourpop. And I'm like,
mm,
lads, I'm not gonna like just go to you guys
yeah.
for
No,
that.
do not buy that. Do
No.
not, do not buy that. Go to Amazon, go to Shein, go to basically anywhere
Any
else where you can buy them in containers and not those stupid glued things that are very hard to pick and put on. And what is going on with these like pictures? On the other picture looks like a pastel palette,
yeah,
and on the other picture actually looks pretty good. Like I actually kind of like the darker version.
same.
It's not my favorite, but I do think it's like a pretty color story. But which am I getting? Am I getting the dark pretty version, or am I getting the pastel version? Actually, the pastel palette looks pretty too, so like it's not the worst, it's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so which is it?
This is the thing about what we genuinely don't know what you're getting. Because
They do this every time.
if I go
They
onto
do
their
this
website,
every time.
5,000%. If I go onto their website, I'll get something completely different. It isn't on sale yet, so I
Yeah.
don't know like pictures.
But
I went on to like some of these pictures were taken from Colourpop's own Instagram.
it's
So,
just so weird. And like this was the last week that we talked about the sage and all that.
oh,
And it looked horrible on those pictures. Then I went like and I saw them again like in a like better lighting. And like I watched Angelica's video and they looked so much better. They actually looked like they made sense and not like an ashy, really light, confusing palette. I just they need to stop with these pictures that like that's two different palettes. I'm sorry, but it
I
is.
mean, I was going to go further and just say they need to sack their photographer
Yeah.
because it's
I
bad.
think the more accurate one, judging by the swatches,
Is the darker
is the darker version. And they do this a lot with palettes. Like I've seen this with so many of their recent launches where they have like a picture and it looks so much like lighter and washed out, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like obviously how bright is your lighting is gonna affect the palette, but don't promote it with the pictures that make it look like a pastel palette when it
yeah,
actually isn't. It's just mind-boggling. I
genuinely.
don't understand.
No. I will say if it's the deeper palette, I actually think it's kind of cute.
Yeah, I like the like it's just I feel like it has a really nice color. It's a bit shimmer heavy
Yeah.
to my taste. And
Mm.
obviously the darkest color again is
It
a
is.
shimmer, but like I feel like it's a pretty color story. It's a color story that I think you could do like a couple of looks. I don't think it would be necessary like a standalone palette,
No.
but with like a if you had like a black shadow to throw in there, you could probably make pretty looks with it. Um, so I'm not mad about it. Like I feel like it actually looks kind of pretty.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of where I've landed with it as well. It's the least offensive thing I've seen from them in a while.
yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna rush
and
out and get it, but it's
the
grand.
glitterly obsessed though.
Yeah.
Prettiest that they've been doing like really pretty shades of these. Like I think that was it the Muppets collection they had like a similar
It was
kind of
pinky
one.
toned, yeah.
Yeah, the glosses look awful.
Yeah.
Like I hate those so much because they look like I wouldn't hate them so much if they were like a sheerer, like a more, but they look like they have a decent amount of pigment. blend.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with
Yeah,
those?
what's it actually gonna look like? I wanna see that on the lips to see
Yeah.
what it actually
Is it
like.
like more like a sheer tint? Because if it is, then I wouldn't mind a couple of those shades,
Yeah.
but they just look so ugly there.
Yeah, I mean, there's something as well about the packaging that is giving me, like, naughty stationery,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I'm gonna go to my pencil case and I'm gonna get out some of my highlighters. Like, this is kind of what it's giving me. You know, the market
Yeah.
they used to have. I am reserving judgment on that because it could be
Yeah.
okay. The fucking stickers, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Yeah.
The light
No.
sticks,
They look like I thought they were matte first when I like look at them. This is also another problem with color, but sometimes something looks very like matte and like how they present it here, it looks like it's a matte like a crayon type of product. But I'm guessing it's more like a sheer highlighter or like you would hope.
oh dear,
And
nobody knows. Not even
yeah.
Colourpop themselves.
Yeah, it's a lot of things again, like a palette, a lip gloss, like they always do this, like 10 million products. Like,
They could have ditched the fucking jewel things. They could have ditched the
yeah,
light sticks. They could have had maybe one of the glosses rather than all.
yeah. Like I feel
And
like that light, like green color and the pink look pretty cute.
yeah,
Like depending on how it looks on the lips, yeah. Just the yellow one and the red and the
yeah,
like, even the purple, they look just, ugh.
yeah. Again, I want to see what they actually
Yeah,
look like. But
they might be really pretty if they're like sheer like a glittery hint. So
yeah, because
we'll see.
if they were sheer, putting any of those over, like, say, a deep lip tone would look really cute.
Yeah, like it's not the worst collection,
No,
but it also has like some like weird things.
confusion.
I do want to see it. Like if I could see all of these like swatched properly with a person who actually shows the like true colors and how the product looks, then I could like maybe say more if it's
Yeah.
like a really good one or is it like now I'm like it's a little bit there. Like the palette is nice, the glitter is nice, the rest is like the gems, like just get rid of those.
Fuck off. Like, they just need to stop doing that. Who is buying
Yeah.
them? Is anybody actually buying
They
those?
look really big also.
Well,
Like I feel like if you're gonna use them on your eyes, you don't want like super big ones because they're gonna like be too big.
I
I
don't
don't
know what
know.
they were expecting people to do with those.
Yeah.
Just like what? Like randomly, like around the brows, under the eye,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. It's all a
Yeah.
bit. But they're like, you figure it out yourself. We're not going to
Yeah.
tell you what to do because nobody tells us what to do. It's look, it's middle of the road. When I put it to you guys, 14% of you loved it, 58% said not for me, and 27% of you said I like some of it. Because let's be real, we never really know what we're getting when
Yeah.
it comes to Colourpop. And then fucking Urban Decay, it looks like the Maybelline, you know, foundation concealer-y thingy. That's what it's giving me. This is their quickie 24-hour. Like, who are they? Are they pretending to be Too Faced? Like quickie? Like, okay, a 24-hour multi-use hydrating full coverage concealer. When they say multi-use, like,
I feel like they're kind of going for the same vibes as like the Too Faced. Like you can use it as contour, you can use it as like that kind of a thing.
yeah,
I
but the shade
feel
range
like
is so trash
yeah, it
that
is.
you
The
couldn't
shade
use it for fucking
range.
contour.
But like full coverage concealer, like if this was like a natural, like kind of like medium to light, I would be like,
Mhm.
okay, still not great, but okay. But full coverage concealer,
Yep,
when like look at those swatches, even
they're dreadful. And
like
all of the undertones are really warm.
they just look horrible.
Yeah.
And I actually like this sounds really nice. Like the
Yeah.
concealer sounds nice. I hate the applicator on the top. Is
Oh,
it a sponge? Is it a brush? I don't want it.
fucking yeet it into the ocean. Because, like,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, all the things that come with it, that it says, like, oh, it's for all skin types, mature, dry, oily, sensitive skin.
Yeah.
It's great for dark eye circles, acne, blemishes, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, redness. It's lightweight, real skin, matte finish.
Yeah.
All of those things I like. I like all of that. But this fucking looks cheap. It looks
If you're
drugstore.
lucky, you can get a shade, but like I just like that's just not a good shade range.
No, it's
However you
dreadful.
look at it, it's just not.
I think,
So many of the shades even look very similar.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very bad. $33.
I wonder how much do you get on there? Like
Uh,
I'm hoping it's like it looks a bigger package. I'm hoping you get quite a bit because that's pricey. They're even like promoting it kind of as a foundation. Like even skin tone, minimize dark circles, contour sculpt, and like concealer. So I'm hoping it's like a bigger one, like the Too Faced. Like you on Too Faced, I think you get like 50 mils. So actually, it's not that expensive when you look at it. Like how much do you actually get the product? If you're gonna use this just for concealer, I feel like if it's your only concealer, then I mean, the amount of product is good, but if you're like a makeup lover and you have a lot of concealers going on, that it's quite a bit. So I don't like if you're not gonna use it a lot, is it gonna go bad before you?
yeah, that's like a really, really good point. I just fucking hate the shade range. Like, it really annoys me. Like, if it was
Yeah,
like
it's
a
hard to
lesser
look
coverage,
anything. Like it's hard to appreciate the product even when the shade range is so horrible. But this is like the shades look so similar even. Like there's some variation, but not enough in my opinion to be like, oh,
yeah, I don't know how they've actually managed it. Like, that they have so few shades and yet there's so much repetition.
yeah.
Like,
They
it's
don't have
actually,
even any like warm shades for like lighter skin tones.
it's very
Like
odd.
you have neutral, cool pink, neutral, cool pink. Then when you go to the like light ones, you get like warm. Then you have like couple of warm tan and neutrals and one pink.
But
And
even
then you go,
if you go to the deeper skin tones, it's mostly warm
yeah,
on the tones
warm,
that they're looking at.
warm. Yeah,
It's very
that's
weird,
weird.
isn't it? I don't get
Yeah,
it.
I'm over it.
I just
It
think,
sounds amazing, but like, I'm just like, can't even look at you at the moment.
nah, yeah.
Rebel shade rays.
No, I don't get it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in 2008. This is stupid, you know? But when I put it to you guys, 10% of you loved it, 37% said not for me, and 54% said it was a terrible shade range. Oh my goodness, it's been forever since I talked about Copacetic Cosmetics, and I do have such a soft spot for them. And can I just say, what a fucking thing to talk about. I just think this is so cute, right? They are coming out with these highlighters in these really cute little compacts.
Oh,
And
it's so cute.
I can't cope, right? You can get a 54 millimeter for $15, or you can get a mini, which is a 38 millimeter, for $10. That's quite inexpensive
Yeah,
for for a
that
highlighter from an
is.
indie brand.
That is actually. That's not bad.
I look, I enjoy Copacetic. I think their customer service is really, really good. And when I saw this fucking cat print little
Oh,
toe beans, I just can't.
I wish I could see like I feel like how many shades are there? Are they five or four?
I
Maybe they don't have yet all of the swatches. I wish I could see all the swatches.
Yeah, I got whatever swatches I could get from
Yeah.
the website. So you're seeing what you can see there because
Yeah.
all of them are swatched, but they look really quite nice.
That
I
one
think that are
between the
cost.
like gold and like greeny, something that like pinky, purpley,
Mhm.
sparkly one looks really pretty.
Doesn't it?
There seems to be like different formulas. Like some
Mm.
of them are more like traditional highlighters, some of them look like more sparkly ones.
Mm.
So
I like that. And I've got a few things from Copacetic in the past. Like, I've got a lot of their 9 pan palettes, some of their quads, and I really, really like the quality.
yeah, I remember you saying it's such a good brand. So
I feel like not enough people talk about it. So, like, I just think this is so cute. And the price point is
yeah.
fucking good.
Oh,
Like,
the packaging is really
it's
cute.
adorable. And
Oh,
one of
this
the
is
things,
nice.
like,
Yeah.
one of the things that I really like about it is, you know, when you're going through your highlighter drawer, because I have a highlighter drawer, and you're kind of going, oh, which one is it? And you have to go and you have to open it up to see which one it is.
Yeah.
It's like several of the same components because I'm an idiot and I do buy from the same brands over and over. But you can see as soon as you pick it up
Yeah,
what
you can
color you're looking
see
at.
inside.
I love that.
That is so cute.
It's so aesthetically pleasing to
Yeah.
me. Fucking
I'd
totally.
like to see like more swatches,
Yes.
but like these look nice.
Yeah. I don't have anything negative to say about this. I actually think
Yeah.
it's really fucking
Like
cute.
I feel like all the pictures she could have like, even though you can see the color inside, I feel like open the compact so you could really see the colors.
Yeah.
One scene there should be like there's like even that like pinky darker one for darker skin tone could be a nice blush. They're like
Mm.
gold, a bronze, like a green, more like silvery white-ish, um, like greenish. That's like a good mix, I would say.
Yeah, because
And
there's a
there
few of
is
those
the
I would use not just as like not just as
yeah,
highlights, but as like say blush toppers.
yeah,
And I quite like that. I think it looks really, really
yeah.
pretty. And the price is really good. So
Price is really nice.
yeah, I mean, look, indie brands are usually more expensive, and when they bring the price down like that, I'm like, man, that's I think it's cute. I really like it. When I put it to you guys, 25% of you said that you loved it, 35% said not for me, and then 40% said we need more of these, more shades, because initially I only had one shade and now we know there's more. So I'm going to amalgamate this and say that we 65% of us said fucking yes. I'm reading this, right? I'm making up my own math here. But correct me if I'm wrong, but that does sound like that's what we were all
Yeah,
saying. Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We can move on. Then we have CXC Beauty, and this is their first mini collection of the year. It includes the X-Ray palette, Cheeky Blush, Transcendence highlighter. There's 3 lipsticks. One is called Secrets, and it's an ultra black. There's Death Becomes Her, which is a true grey with apparently the perfect undertones, and Ghosted, which is a bone white that can be used to transform shades or even as a liner, which I think is quite interesting. They're all available as you're watching, and the owner of CXC Beauty, because I kind of couldn't find any information on how much it was going to cost. The whole collection all together, so the palette, the blush, the highlight, the 3 lipsticks is $149.
That's not bad.
I think that's pretty damn good because you can get basically a full face done with that.
This is very on trend,
I
like
fucking love it.
gray, pink blush. I feel like pink
Mhm.
blush is really coming back more.
Yeah.
And the highlighter looks pretty. I want to see swatches of the palette because now when I look at it, I like it a lot. I'm just not sure did it need to be that big.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's enough difference between some of these like darker shades. Because gray palettes, they're nice, but they can be a bit tricky with like getting enough variation
Yeah.
between the grays. It looks like there's some like more like brown grays, some like more like greeny grays
Yeah.
maybe.
I feel it's like they have like a mixture of like warm toned grays and more
Yeah,
cool
and like
toned
cool
grays.
tone. Yeah.
I think that's really smart. Like you said, I want to see swatches. If I've gotten swatches, you'll be seeing them on your screen
Yeah.
now. I am personally very intrigued.
Still, I've never heard of this, have I?
No, we
Maybe
have.
I
So
have.
I remember we talked about CXC Beauty a while ago because it had a green palette and there was like a green highlighter. And I was like, oh my
Oh,
God. And it looked really, really nice. And they're kind of on my radar. I've been like,
yeah.
but I haven't like bit the bullet yet. But I think this is a really nice kind of collection. Like it's very
Yeah.
cohesive.
Yeah, I like
Very,
the
very.
lip options. Like you get a white, a grey, and a black. Like that bony white
Mm,
would be so nice for like transforming any lipstick lighter. Like I really a lot use like concealer, but like that would be so nice just to tap over and like lighten shades or like mix shades to take like a lighter version of something.
how easy would it be then to do an ombre lip?
Yeah, and that blush, that pink blush shade is
Mm.
so pretty. It's like a cool toned pink.
It's very mauvey,
And the
almost.
highlighter, I want to see swatches, but
Yeah.
it looked like it could be like one of those like really sparkly, glittery ones. I actually really like, I want to see swatches of the palette. So like I like the color story. I'm just not sure that it need to be this big.
Yeah, because
But
I'm if you look at the first row, it looks like there's a lot of white, but
yeah,
I suspect we probably have different finishes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Um,
we're dealing with some satins, maybe we're dealing with some shimmers, some mattes,
yeah.
in which case
Like
then that
I
makes
would love to have that. Like if I would have that palette, even with if there wouldn't be that much differentiation between the shades, I think it would be a palette that would still work.
mm,
Did it need to be that big? Maybe then no, but like it's really something that's like really going back to the like grays and cool tones, and like a lot of companies are going out with these color stores, and I like because been so long like looking at the Jeffree Star cremated. I'm like, I want it, I want it, I want it. It's just such a nice color
mm,
story. And I'm quite happy that now brands are coming out with like similar ones so we can
yeah,
like
we're getting
have
our
more
alternatives.
options.
Yeah, I'm here for it, and I gotta say, I think this is nice. Yeah, there's a lot to the collection, but I still feel like it's edited well. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's not too big. It makes sense with like everything I feel like has a
mm,
place there.
it's cohesive. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
confused about, like, "Oh, why is that in there?" It makes sense. When I put it to you guys, 21% of you loved it, 54% said not for me, and 25% said I like some of it. Then we have Elf Cosmetics, and I've kind of done a backwards and forwards on this a couple of times because when I saw this initially, I was like, "Oh, is this liquid lipstick?" It's not, by the way. It's color corrector, and it's part of their camo range. And initially, then I was like, "Oh, well, if it's color correctors, I don't really care." And then the more I started to think about it, the more I was like, "Oh, actually, this is going to be quite handy for quite a few people, like because it is very affordable. You're
Yeah.
getting 2.8 mils, which I know wasn't a lot, but it's a color corrector, so you're not
Yeah. So
even
you were really
slathering it.
using it
Yeah,
a lot.
$4. Four.
That's not bad.
That's fucking excellent.
Do I use color correctors? Not that much.
Hmm.
Even though maybe sometimes I should because I do get like a lot of redness and like some like darkness, and like I have some like blue tones because my skin is like basically translucent. So it would help me probably if I would. I'm just not like, I feel like it's just an extra step sometimes
Yeah,
that
I
I
think
don't like. I feel like yes, you could see a difference, but am I gonna make that extra step? Is it extra step? Is it gonna be that big of a difference? I don't
I think
know.
as well,
I
I'm
don't
not
hate
like,
it.
for me, I'm not fluent enough in understanding color theory that I'm like,
Yeah,
I think this is going to be absolutely fucking excellent for MUAs.
yeah. I will say the blue one. I was like because it says here the blue one is like to if you like want to, where did it say it? I was looking at this post, but it did say like you can like knock out the warmness of like
Yeah,
foundation from
yeah,
it.
it decreases
And
the
I instantly
harshness.
was like, oh, because sometimes some found like I'm very like neutral to pink. So sometimes foundations are like too peachy, too warm. I was like, yeah. Then I also was like, oh yeah, I have those like blue P. Louise or Revolution paints. I was like, I might just use that like a little bit,
Science.
like save myself a little bit money, and try that actually. I mean, it's fine.
I
I don't
think,
know if I would run to buy this, but
yeah, I think though that this makes sense because we're obviously heading into a point of economic shitness, I believe is the correct term. And people don't really want to buy big expensive things and they're going to want to make do with what they have. But a lot of
yeah,
us may have like splurged on a foundation and kind of went, fuck, that's orange on me. Or, oh, fuck, that isn't quite the correct undertone or whatever. But now you have something that's only $4 that could correct that.
yeah,
I think
that's
I
nice.
think that's the smart thing about it, and like I said, this is gonna be great for, like, MUAs, etcetera.
Yeah,
Tony Homeperm pointed out something really, really good. The orange is gonna be really good for, like, blocking out brows.
yeah, it
I was like,
will
"Fuck,
be
didn't
for
think of
like
that."
drag queens
Yeah, I was like, "Oh
and
my god."
like other
Right.
people too. But that would just popped up to my
Yeah.
head like instantly, blocking brows. Yeah, that's really good. Like I feel like the peach shade is the most like universal. I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of skin tones could use that for different things.
I
I
love
would like
that
to see
they
like a light pinky one,
mm,
or just like I feel like that's been really popular, like a pink tone to like brighten under your eyes.
Yeah.
I would like to see that one maybe there, but I feel like this is a good um like a starting point.
Yeah. I like as well that in addition to the peach, they came up with the orange, because obviously peach isn't going to work on somebody with like a deeper skin tone.
Yeah.
It's going to look really odd. So I like that they did include an orange in there as well for that. So there's a couple of different uses for that. Do you know what? Initially, like I said, I was like, oh, is it liquid lipsticks or is it liquid eyeshadows? And then I was like, oh no, it's color correctors. And now I'm back to kind of going, that's not actually bad. I can see the
Yeah.
use of this. It's not for me, but I can see
Yeah.
this would be useful
Yeah.
for a few people. And at that price, I'm not going to whinge and moan, essentially. Yeah, it's not bad. When I put it to you guys, 14% of you loved it, 45% said not for me, and 41% of you said kind of intrigued. And then the very last thing that we're talking about is this fucking monstrosity. This is from Tarte, and this is their Sweet Tarte Cravings eyeshadow palette. And they have the fucking gall to charge €38 for this. And there's something about this that's giving me, you know, CXC Cosmetics or like Florasis or
Yeah.
Sour Nose Beauty, you know, the Chinese brand. It's giving me that.
But to me, you know what I thought the first thing I saw is why is this launched now? This looks like a box of chocolate. So to me it's like Christmas box of
Valentine,
chocolate or like Valentine's, but I feel like the tones were more like Christmas.
Christmassy.
I was like before Christmas, if you like launched this, let's say November, December, people could have bought this like as a gift, like as a Christmas gift. It would be like, oh, eyeshadow, but like it looks like a box of chocolate. I just feel like it's a missed opportunity. But maybe they're thinking Valentine's Day because it is
Honestly,
around the corner.
that's like the kindest thing that you could actually say about this, that it's a missed opportunity. Because for me, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, oh god, there's so little that I can say that's
I
positive.
feel like that mid, like deep brownie, like that ganache shade, just
Mhm.
can't stop looking how pretty that looks.
Yeah,
Other than that, I'm like, I hate why is there different shapes? Like, come on.
yeah. Different pan sizes, different shapes. If they are the same like shape, then there's a different pattern
And
on
like a
them.
different imprint on it.
Oh,
It
it's
makes it
stressing
even
me
more like,
out.
you know what? I was yesterday organizing my single shadows. And the most annoying thing when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a color story is when you have different brands, different shapes, gives me so much anxiety. Like this is like I made like a neutral palette, but it gives me
Yeah.
anxiety that there's like round, there's like square, then there's like bigger ones, and I'm just like, "Ugh."
That's where
I
I
will
yeah.
give it like for single eyeshadows. I'm like, okay, yes, but like it's something that it just gives me like just I don't want to watch it. It gives me the ick.
That I'm exactly the same, because there's something about it that I just
I want order.
yeah.
Like when I
I have
look at
so
things, I
little
want them
order in
to.
my
I
life.
don't think this is aesthetically pleasing.
No, it's chaotic. At €38 for what? There's
Um,
no interesting shimmers or like finishes there. It's
yeah,
9 pan eyeshadow palette for
I feel like
38.
Tarte has come out with some products this year though that are very hyped.
Yeah, like
Like
the Manny
the
palette.
maracuja like lip oil thingies that look amazing. They came up with that like those Charlotte Tilbury dupes, like the contour things. Like I feel like they have some like nice ideas sometimes, but like well no, I feel like they have like nice products. Like I feel like a lot of people that have tried actually like Tarte products, but I feel like they really like the quality.
Mm.
It's just like how boring the brand is.
Like they're just the sedative of makeup to me.
Yeah, I feel like they're just that like boring.
Yeah, like if I
That's the
can't
only
sleep
word.
like if I can't sleep at night, I'll just go onto their website and just browse through their
Yeah.
inventory of things and just be like, ah, snoozy snoozy bedtime now, Teresa. Yeah, this is just
This palette
really.
could have been like this palette could have been nice if it was like, let's say that it was like all like those square pans.
Mm,
Do your different printings, like okay, I don't care. But like change like some of the shimmers to mattes, and then some of the shimmers like add something extra. Like these days we
mm,
just don't want these like boring shimmers anymore. We
absolutely.
need something extra. So like add that extra there. I feel like that could have been a nice neutral go-to palette. Now it's just like mm,
So basically,
that's one shade that I like.
what Tia is saying is it would have been a good palette if it was a completely different palette.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like I say this a lot with these like Tarte products. Sometimes when I like, it would have been nice if it
if
just changed the whole
all of
idea.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's like that logic of like, I would have been a horse if I'd been born in a different universe. Like, what of it? Like, we're in this universe. This is what actually happened. Yeah,
yeah. Why is it so shimmer heavy? That small of a palette. You have four mattes.
okay. This is what I'm thinking. We're heading back into like 90s, early noughties makeup. Think about how much shimmer
Yeah,
we had. The
yeah, it
frost.
is. But like, I still don't. We still need the matte shades. Like, I
Not
know,
if the
like,
90s are coming back.
we need the matte shades. I need the matte shades. I don't want all shimmer. Like, if it's an interesting multi-chrome, shimmery,
Yeah,
glittery formula, give me all shimmer palettes.
yeah,
But like, if not, then please don't.
yeah. Don't give us this nonsense. This is
Yeah,
this is
that's
boring.
all I can say.
Yeah.
This just isn't it.
No, no. Anyways, we're fucking done with that. When I put it to you guys, 12% of you loved it, 40% said not for me, and then 40% said too expensive for what it is, which I totally agree. And
Yeah.
that means we're at the very end of our episode. Didn't we do well? And I get to talk about my favourite comment. And this is from the lovely Susie B. And she said, when you all were talking about the KVD skin tint thing and how you still need to use skincare despite makeup claiming it has skincare in it, I was thinking, yes, Missa. And then you all said it. I love that we all thought.
We're all like, yes, mister, you need to use skincare.
That's right, Missa. At any given point, we are all considering your skincare habits.
Yeah,
It's not like a really
we're
weird
worried.
thought. Yeah. Anyways, my friends, that is it. Tia, as she said, is off for a little bit. But you will be stuck with me and a couple of guests, which I have yet to organise. Um, I've reached out to some people, but I have to like concretely uh, uh, nail things down because I am a disaster of a human being. But my friends, that is it. Tia will be back in about 6, 7 weeks, something like that. We'll see. She'll
We'll
be
see.
back. We'll see.
I will be back.
Unless I've driven her completely insane. And she's like,
Yeah,
the time away from me
hopefully
has
not.
been exactly what I needed. She was the root of all of my issues.
Yeah,
But
I'm better now. I won't be coming
I'm like that, like self-absorbed that I think I would have that much of an
that's not
impact.
the case though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm great. But my friends, that is it. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can see more videos. And do please share, because sharing is caring, except, of course, for STDs, in which case, you just gotta wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that is it, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye.